Loras that'll tell that answer.
You'll have to look for it, but as we do so, we're going to get into it here. Loras on the Mandalorian, pick Flower on the Yumiko. Both of them utilizing the newest of Brawlhalla's meta in the Super Stances, and right into the 4-piece cactus and the side sig, and Loras doesn't even have a moment to breathe or pick up a weapon even, and Flower starts the game off with an explosive start. Loras will try to regain some control of this match with the blasters, but the Sider punishes the whiff D-Light, and right now Flower is completely on a different pace, a pace I haven't seen from him. D-Light into Sider, and Loras right now is just another person falling victim to this Yumiko from South America. The Sider comes in, will not KO off the stage, but Flower is South America's nightmare now.
Yep, all the South Americans, they're gonna go to bed and wake up with sweat thinking about Flower, because Flower is such a monster right now against the South Americans. Huge momentum here, goes for a wake up, gravity cancel, stomp, doesn't connect, but Loras doesn't even want to pick up the weapon despite the fresh one being there on the left side.
Big down sig into Nair. That's a nice bit of damage. That's going to be a D-Light coming out from Loras, really trying to make anything shake. It's going to be a side light into N-Sig to close out that stock. And that's going to be one of the many reasons why Ada has such strong signatures. A lot of them are very plug and play. They weave in and out of the light attack kit very well, but also kind of fill the gaps that Spear needs. An incredible signature kit here is going to need a lot of those signatures to connect if he wants to beat Flower right now.
Light into the down signature.
Oh, the pogo, that's bad. That's in very low and under the stage, but Flower gets a Sider out. Now he's waiting for the recovery. It sends into the wall, or stage, and he realizes that he gets a Nair for his troubles. The weapon toss comes out, but Loras having another spear online. Down sig coming out, side light into the side sig with no dodge online for Loras. Flower takes that stock and retains his stock lead.
Yeah, he's so quick with that side signature. He's recognized twice now his opportunity to get it. Might go for it again. Nope, instead it's going to be gravity cancel side light, attempting to connect on the Loras.
Loras having some experience with his Two's teammate in Kaina, who also plays Yumiko, but the N-Sig will close out that stock as Flower gets a little bit too close to the wall there.
No weapon spawn, Loras delaying it. Center stage, Flower. He took that stage control so easily.
And this has kind of been the story so far. Flower just in these early stock exchanges has been incredibly dominant so far. Racking up so much damage with punish on that side with the side light of his own, gets a dodge in, doesn't find it, but gets a Nair anyway. Flower now getting the party started with that Nair, trying to get that juggle going, doesn't get it there, but a pogo is all Loras gets for his troubles, and if that's all you're doing every time you're getting 4 hits is getting a pogo, it's going to be very tough to get in this game.
Zin tries to hit that down signature. The whiffs blocking off the path, the down air.
Weapon toss doesn't connect. Loras, one more chance to make it back. Flower just gives him the space, but he retains the weapon, and the Sider comes in, and Loras has to make another big trip, and does so with that unarmed recovery, and Loras will have free reign over that weapon, will pick up some blasters. Now down air comes out, and Flower's down air connects, and Flower takes game 1 over Lopez. I mean, Loras, that's such a big swing of momentum, though, because Flower completely dominated stock 1, and Loras brought it back, relatively speaking. So this could definitely be a chance for Loras to get himself back in the set, or Flower just slowly coasting to a win.
Yeah, that was a really explosive start on the side of Flower, like you said, but also Loras started to figure out what he needed to do, started to get that momentum. I also feel like he started to hold on to the spear a lot more. That's something that he's known for playing, and he was able to maintain that as we got into the second and third stocks.
Recovery from Flower, looking for the Nair on the bow as well. N-Light comes out. Landing Sider, waiting the side light, trying to catch a dodge in place. N-Light, Flower just hovering around. The N-Sig comes out off that side light, and Loras finding himself in a similar spot to game number 1, where he's getting completely demolished on the first stock. Will fight back with these blasters. N-Sig comes out, no punish from the side of Flower, as that one does not connect.
Staying low, comes up, but Flower goes to the outside, hits him with another side air. Just wants this damage onto Loras, who burns a dodge with that gravity against the side sig.
Reckon that hammer across the down air will connect. It won't scoop and score, but it's getting close to it. Landing side air there from Loras. Gets Flower in a bad spot. The down air trying to find these KOs. It's going to be a pickup off that D-Light into side air, and he's looking to close out this stock, but Flower continues to hold on with these Nairs, and it is a battle of this defense right now, as they are somehow both holding on. The side air will not KO. Will disarm Flower, though. D-Light, side light, N-Sig. N-Sig doesn't connect. Unarmed recovery doesn't KO either. We are getting so deep into the red for both players, and they're just looking for anything to stick. Down-Sig does not connect for either players. The Nair will finally do it. No!
Man, they're getting so much extension. The falling side air from Loras is not going to do it. The weapon toss it sends him deep enough down that he doesn't have the movement to come back up.
And first strike going to Loras, and a very hard fought first strike at that. GCD light off stage, Flower inching forward, and that unarmed recovery will be enough to KO, and that was an incredibly long-winded way to save both of them now on their second stock.
Yeah, both of them fighting, trying to get anything they can. This is the down air, though. This is a bad spot for Flower. Still got the wall touch.
Ogo, that's a big deal. And yeah, as you said, Flower making it back to the stage there. That Sweat Meats coming out. Down 6 sends Flower off stage again. D-Light off the stage into it with a side air. Oh my goodness, right now Flower trying to get some damage in, but this spear is causing big problems. The wall that Loris is able to build, the D-Light into the side air. Flower off stage again. The Pogo's incoming for sure. Side sig whiz, but a side light connects anyway. Ground pound works for Flower. Now he regains control of this juggle state with punishing that down 6 startup with a nair, but that down sig will not be denied, and that'll find a KO.
Yeah, just beat out the down sig once, but couldn't do it again. Lores now with that advantage, and again, when he's got the spear, he's just a whole different monster.
Like side air, will it KO? No, not quite. Lores with chances here. Weapon toss goes a little bit too far, and that's going to be a nair to make it back to the wall. Unarmed recovery as well, and the extra credit starts to rack on this stock as Flower is on his last and finally gets the KO there off the top.
Okay, juggles weapons, gonna delay the next spawn, sticking with the bow now. Wisp actually connects onto Lores there, but Flower not in position to follow up.
Right, big open up with the anti-air, and Laura's definitely still in this game. Flower is as well, but that down is making it harder and harder. That's the charge up of the side sig. Nair's coming out now. That's going to be a big open up with a side light, but Loris immediately swats away. D-Light into Nair, that time for Flower. Another Nair now, and this is a great spot for Flower to be in with this juggle. And like there, Loris has to dodge downwards, does finally get back down. The down light doesn't connect. That side light does, but no open up after the fact. N-Sig into N-Sig, and oh, Loris punishes that perfectly and takes game 2.
Yeah, the big bet on the side of Flower, it would not have KO'd if he connected with that neutral signature. He was just trying to get that damage burst, and unfortunately for him, it didn't connect, and Loris had the easiest punish of his life.
This might be the closest set we're going to see so far. I mean, that's a 1-1 with very, very close games, and I mean, that first stock, a war of attrition to end up just losing the first stock took so long in that game, and Loris is so good in games like that. The longer they go out, the more patient it is, the better Loris is.
Okay, seeing some speed coming out from Flower as he hits multiple light attacks on top of Lores.
Flower's just so, I love that he's now so confident in just hitting the buttons, and you know, obviously you can lean into this game plan of these D6 and these whips, but you don't even need it sometimes. Finally that one fully connected, but not getting the full punish with an air. Oh, going to side air, down 10 coming out with punish with a side air. Flower now returning to game 1 form with a lot of confidence here. D-Light into recovery, will not KO outright, but one hit will do it. Loris will avoid it with an unarmed recovery, makes it back to the wall. Side light, unarmed, another side light puts Flower off stage. D-Light off the stage, does not connect, but that unarmed recovery does. Flower now having to land back down, avoids it with a GC D-Light into side air, and Loris has completely taken over this stock. The N-Sig comes out, no punish. GC D-Light doesn't connect, the unarmed recovery doesn't either. Loris now trying to find something. Flower gets the N-Light and puts an end to that rain from Loris, but he gets the down air anyway, and it's anyone's stock now. Side air comes out, Flower loses his weapon in the process. Unarmed recovery does not KO, and Flower finally gets a weapon here. So does Loris, and a side sig gets the end of that stock, and Flower opens up with a 6-piece, and Loris takes control of the latter half of that stock.
There's so many attacks on the side of Lores, just launching Flower. Flower trying to survive, but he eats that side signature. Now he's on that second stock. Can he take the stock off of Loris? No, Loris getting that extra credit.
Toss downwards for Flower, an option he's used quite a bit. That N-Light will find the KO off the top, even here on Demon Island. Just so much damage getting racked up, and finally Flower catching in off that very early damage from that stock number 1 exchange.
Down sig, not going to connect. Laura's already on the other side of it. Laura's doing a lot of jumping here, and Flower not taking the bait. He has not thrown out neutral signatures against Loris the way he was doing against them.
Coming out there, that's going to send Flower quite high in the air. The Nair continues. GC N-Light trying to catch Flower, potentially trying to get a bit of a punish. D-Light avoids the Wisp and then gets the recovery as well. Laura is now in a great spot for this game. D-Sig or Side Sig will close out that stock, and it's a clean 2 stocks to 1, essentially a 0 to KO for Laura's. Bit of took a little bit longer than you might expect for that, but still Laura's in complete control of this game.
Yeah, freshly bleached stock on the side of Flower and Laura's. Flower is starting to get that one a little more damage now. Finally get some hits onto Laura's second stock, but full stock advantage for Laura's.
Coming out, a lot of downlights and a lot of whips. That N-Sig will connect. And this time it'll be Loris who comes out on top 4, and that's a game 3 2 stock from Loris as he completely flips the script and completely dominates Flower in that game.
Yeah, it felt like Flower tried to change up his gameplay. And in game number 2, he had a lot of time on that bow, put out, I think, 300 plus damage on it. This time, he leaned a lot more onto his hammer. You saw that a lot in the first stock, but after that, Lores kind of made the adjustment and then really shut it down. And Flower was only able to put out 181 damage on that hammer, despite holding it for 50% of the game. We're getting ready to go into the next one here. Lores 1 game away from knocking out the South American Demon, or the Demon of South America. He's not South American.
And this would deny South America an appearance in the top 4 of midseason if they can get it done here. It's a crazy thing to think about. But we're here and right now, and Flower needs this game to force game 5. Lores just needs 1 more to move on into the top 4 of things. We go to Small Fortress of Wolves to start us off here.
No character swaps. We're going right here into game number 4. Hoping that the gameplay adjustments and the map change is going to be all that they need, but Laura is starting to do some blasters work now, spacing out Flower. You see Flower taking his time.
A good reaction to the stimuli that Flower is putting out in terms of like dashing forward here, and Laura's just kind of mixing it up. Not wanting to shoot the blasters too close to when Flower is approaching. D-Light into recovery will connect, and Loris has coasted his way into a very comfortable lead here. Side air does not catch Flower, leaving the soft platform, landing side air from Flower. The weapon toss to break the mold. Side air catches the jump, and a D6 gets punished. D-Light into recovery, does not KO, but they're in a bad spot here, and the side air will catch her landing. Loris will swap over to a spear, and now the signature kit from the spear gets unlocked for Loris here as he needs a D-Sig or a side sig. It'll be a D-Sig to close out the stock. And 2 stocks away from moving on into the top 4 and keeping South America's hopes of this midseason alive.
Lores has such a good read on when Flower wants to stack up, and he's been able to punish it a lot of times with those side signatures, those down signatures. The spear as a whole has been working really well for Lores. Easy punish on his side.
D-Light side air, looking for some pogos. The recovery will be the option instead. Side light waiting. A down sig will connect and send Flower away. End light sends Flower away as well. This is tough because Flower really needs something, and that's the something that Lores will give. A whiff on that D-Sig and a D-Light side air for Flower to even up the stocks.
Lores is looking comfortable with that spear down signature. It's on Flower to make him uncomfortable. He's got to start baiting out that spear down signature and punishing it like he did on that stock.
Recovery, a little bit too high there from Lores as Flower is just really scrambling to find a way to get something big going. The down sig will connect and send Flower quite far off stage. Won't be close to KOing yet, but can't take many more of those. Side light coming in, whiff punish down air from Flower, and then light continues to juggle. Flower makes a lot of the money on the juggles, but Lores does the same. D-Light into side air, Flower in a bad spot, looking for the pogo. It's a weapon toss, the pogo avoids. A ground pound comes out from Flower. Lores looking to find the KO. Side sig is not the option. Side air into end sig. End sig doesn't connect. Down air whiffs well. Recovery comes out from Lores. Whiff and a down sig will close out that stock from Lores. It's a big scramble on the left side of the stage, and Lores comes out on top.
So close, time and time again. They're so close to getting those hits. Double down light, Lores. He's looking to put this one away.
Flower's gonna have to make magic happen here on this hammer.
Nothing!
Yeah, no punish on that down sig. Might just be the sign of the times. D-Light into side air. And just a couple hits, the Pogo King on top right now. The recovery unarmed, trying to set up into a nair. Avoids the side air with a GC. D-Light the other direction, but that's D-Sig into a nair. And no weapon here from Lores. D-Light into side air drops. That's an incredible drop. Weapon toss into the GC. D-Light down air though. A little bit of style there. And Flower with chances here. We've seen him do it before.
1 stock left for Flower and Lores. Can Flower get that game 5? Lores has his comfort weapon of the spear. You know he's looking for the opportunity to throw out that down signature. Goes down for the recovery.
A nair there, and now the juggle. 1 juggle away, 1 signature away. Flower avoids the signature there. That's Lores' first miss and could be his last if he can find a way back into it. Avoids it again with a jump nair. Another nair catches Lores. Lores into the orange now. Flower with an opportunity to come back. Weapon toss down into that. D-Light does not connect, but that's the D-Light. That's the side air, and Lores takes the game 4 and moves on, and your mid-season champion still has chances to do it again here at 2026, and Flower will bow out at 5th place, and South America is still represented in the top 4.
Man, Flower was playing his heart out in that final moment. You saw those reactions, the dodge up on 2 of those down signatures, but he started floating a little too long, and Lores recognized it, went out there, got him with that down light, and was able to close that one out. Flower is done for the day. We had an incredible performance this weekend.